Today in our 2018 Chevrolet Silverado 1500, we're going to be taking a look at the Etrailer Class 4 Custom Fit Trailer Hitch Receiver, part number E98860. So here's what our hitch is going to look like once we have installed our Silverado. The main part of the cross tube is going to be hidden right behind the bumper, and really all we're going to see is that receiver tube sticking out. Now it's a Class 4, so it's going to give us that 2-inch by 2-inch receiver tube opening, which is going to open up a wide variety of options when it comes to anything we want to mount. All the way from ball mounts, bike racks, cargo carriers, just about anything is going to be in that 2-inch variety. The way we're going to mount all of our accessories is through the hitch pin hole on the side, and it is going to accept a standard 5/8 pin and clip. While they're not included in the kit, you can pick it up here at Etrailer.com. Now, as far as the safety chain connection points go, they're going to be a loop style, welded to the bottom of the receiver tube. And as you can see, we're not going to have too much trouble getting most size hooks on or off. And the slight offset from the hitch pin hole means we're not going to have to worry too much about interference with our hitch pin or a locking device when we go to put our chains on. Our hitch is going to have a 1,000 pound tongue weight, which is going to be the downward force at the receiver tube. It's also going to have a 10,000 pound gross trailer weight rating, which is going to be the amount it can pull, including the trailer and everything we have loaded on it. Now, our hitch is rated for use with weight distribution systems, which is going to be a separate component that's mounted on our trailer. That's going to bump our weights up to 1,200 pounds of tongue weight and 12,000 pounds of gross trailer weight rating. Now, with all those numbers in mind, you always want to double check your Silverado's owner's manual and never exceed the manufacturer's recommended weight. I'd like to give you a few measurements, and this is going to help you when looking at accessories for your hitch. From the center of the hitch pin hole to the outermost edge of the bumper, it's going to be right about 4 inches. That measurement is going to come in handy when looking at folding accessories to make sure you have adequate clearance and it doesn't come in contact with the rear bumper. From the ground to the inside top edge of the receiver tube opening is going to be right about 19.5 inches. That measurement is going to come in handy when you're looking at ball mounts to make sure you pick the appropriate rise or drop to match up to your trailer. So now that we've seen what our hitch looks like and gone over some of the features, let's show you how to get it installed. To begin our installation, I went ahead and removed our spare tire just so we have a little bit more room to work with underneath. And then at the very back where our bumper structure bolts in at the bottom, we'll find that we're going to have a bolt as well as a stud coming through and a nut. We're going to need to remove these two, but hold on to the hardware. So I'm going to take a 21mm socket and we'll pull the bolts out. Once we have this broke loose, we'll grab a wrench so we can hold the bolt on top and pull the nut off. We'll go ahead and repeat that same process on the other side as well. Now with an extra set of hands, we're going to lift our hitch into position, and the two rear holes in our hitch are going to line up with the nut and bolt that we just removed. And we're going to take the factory hardware and loosely get it back in place so the hitch won't fall down. Now for our two forward mounting poles, they're going to line up with some holes that are pre-existing in the frame. But we're going to take a 5/8 flat washer, and we're going to slide it in between the hitch and the frame. And then on the top side of the frame, we're going to take a square hole spacer block and a carriage bolt and drop it down through the frame, through that washer, and then through the hitch. So we'll just slide our washer in place, grab our block and carriage bolt, and make sure that it goes through the washer and drop it down through the frame. Now we're going to repeat that for all the other mounting locations. We'll have another 2 on the other side. To secure the 2 mounting points, we're going to take a flange nut. We're going to thread it right on. Again, we just want to at least get it hand tight so we know it's not going to cross thread. We'll repeat that for all 4 of our carriage bolts. We'll come back and we're going to tighten our factory hardware with that same 21mm socket. And the wrench to hold the bolt on top. Then we'll come back with a 3/4 inch socket to tighten up our 1/2 inch hardware. And we'll repeat that for any remaining hardware we have. Now we're going to come back and we're going to torque all of our hardware down to the specified amount in the instructions. We'll make sure to repeat that for all of our remaining hardware. That'll finish up your look at the Etrailer Class 4 custom fit trailer hitch receiver, part number E98860 on our 2018 Chevrolet Silverado 1500.